hit Jonah in the back of his soul, and he lay his great body back in the water, and he lulling in the waves, and Morpheus was goofing on his eyebrows, and sleep came to Jonah, and he slept for 12 hours and 15 seconds. When he woke, what did he see? I'll tell you what he saw. He saw the whale. And what did he say when he saw the whale? He said, "Get me from this sin immediately." And the whale said, "Man, every time I stick my nose out this pool, I sure see some crazy jazz, but this is the bending end." I said, "What you mean the bending end, Mr. Whale?" I said, "Look at that, he talked to. What do you know about that?" I said, "Of course I talk, Mr. Whale." I said, "Don't you dig the marine news? Ain't you hip to what's going down around these here waters?" I said, "Wait a minute here, take it easy now." He said, "Ain't no taking it easy, Mr. Whale." He said, "It's a big pool. You groove your way, I'll groove mine. I'll swoop the scene and dig you later." Well, say, "Look here, here's a little old bit of nothing to me and miles from no place. He gonna hit me, the king of the dip, what the lick is." He says, "I got the good mind to gobble you up." Jonah said, "Don't you do that, Mr. Whale, because if you do, I'm going to knock you in your most delicate gear." The whale say, "That do it." And he swallowed Jonah. And here was Jonah, slipping and sliding from one side of this great sea mammal to the other, fear and terror in his heart. He couldn't go out the front end, and he's afraid to go out the back end. And all of a sudden, he fell down on these great, thick, blubbery rugs, and a piteous sound came from Jonah. He said, "Lord! Lord! Can you dig me in this here fish?" And the Lord said, "I got you covered, Jonah." Jonah said, "Man, the Lord sure got a crazy sense of humor." Say, maybe that's the reason I dig the cat so much. Tell me he's got me covered. The cat got me surrounded. And the great Lord said, "Jonah, reach in your watertight pocket and take from there some of the cigarettes you got in the great tree, and courage will return to you." And Jonah did. And we see Jonah inside this giant whale, smoking his strange cigarette, watching the pistons, pound, driving, and boom, pushing, and the great valves, ooh, expanding, and ow, expanding. And finally the whale say, "Jonah." And Jonah say, "What is it, fish?" Whale say, "What is it, fish?" Say, "You got a new captain on this here mess now, Mr. Fish." He said, "I'm not outside no more. I'm inside now." Whale say, "Jonah, what in the world is you smoking in there? I thought I was off the Fibonacci Islands. Here I is 2 minutes for the Panama Canal. This jazz got to go." Jonah said, "What do you care? I'm smoking in here. I'm the captain of this mass mess I done explained to you before." I said, "Jonah, what are you doing stomping all over the engine room like that for, boy? Why don't you sit down someplace and cool yourself? You getting the ride for nothing." Jonah said, "I'll stomp all over this here engine room as long as I want." Say, "What is this wheel?" I said, "Look out there, boy. You messing with me down the wheel there, Jonah. Look out, man. Don't mess with that equipment like that here." Jonah said, "What is this here lever here?" He said, "Look out, man. Jonah, boy, look out what you're doing. You got my full speed ahead lever. Jonah, look out for the rock on the right. The rock on the right, Jonah. Cool." He said, "It ain't cool at all. We in this shallow water." Jonah said, "That's all I want to know." And fa-bam, he hit the whale's big sneezer meter and blew him out on the cool, groovy sands of serenity. Which only goes to prove, as Confucius said many, many years ago, which translated briefly means, if you get to it and you cannot do it, there you jolly well are, aren't you?
Lords and ladies, we'd like to do for you next a translation. The Naz is in the second half, sir. A translation of America's great poet laureate, Edgar Allan Poe's Raven, in this translation called The Bugbird. Now, you see, Poe was a cat that loved to swing. He dug the chicks, he dug the juice. He'd smoke a little unofficial tobacco now and then and take a few anti-suicide pills and carry on. He dug the whole scene, understand? So he writing cat had to get it all down, you know. And like I say, he didn't want the bird, he didn't dig the bird, he didn't send for the bird. He didn't even know which aviary the bird came from. if they'd have put the bird on him postpaid, he wouldn't have dug it. But just like I say, so many times when you don't need the bird, when you don't want the bird, when you haven't got the first possible use for the bird, that's when you get it. And that's what happened to Poe Eddie. And it goes like this. He says, I want you to visualize this stud. He's sitting in this pad, you know, and the lights have been shut off, and the gas has been shut off, and his gold has been shut off, and his system's been shut off. He's a hung stud. He's behind, understand? And he says, it was a real drug midnight. Dreary. I was goofing, beat and weary, over many a freakish volume of forgotten score. When suddenly there came a tapping, as if some cat were gently riffing, knocking rhythm at my pad's door. Oh, 'tis the landlady, I muttered. On her broom she flies the rounding, sounding for her rent. Which? Only this and nothing more. Ah, so solid. I remember it was in that bright December, and its swinging, jumping ember blew its phantom upon the floor. Gloomily I wooed the morrow. Still hung I sought to borrow from my book kicks to knock the sorrow for my gone Lenore, for that sweet square but swinging maiden whom the fly chicks, that's the angels, tag Lenore, nameless here forevermore. And the silky weirdy turning of each purple curtain moved me, hung me with freakish flipples never done before, so that now to cool the beating of my ticker, I stood repeating to some strange midnight stud that's sounding a money beat at my pad's door. A deuce to cool the morrow, or some juice to drown his sorrow, some lightweight riff this and nothing more. Jack! I said, oh, Jilly, if I've crossed you, don't jump sore. But the solid truth is this cat was napping, and so cool did you come tapping, and so light hip you came rapping rhythm at my pad's door, that I was scarce sure I dug you. Here I opened wide the slammer. Jack! I dug the breeze. And nothing more. Stoned into the darkness, pitting long I stood there. I was hung there, flipped and fitting kings, spinning dreams no mortal cat had ever rode before. But the gasser was unbroken, digging so hard my wig was glowing, but Nathan shaking, Nathan showing. Just one radar blip was going, the whispered word, Lenore. This I sounded, and it sounded back, Lenore, this one sad lick, and nothing more. I backed into my pad, still turning, all this jazz within me burning. Then again I dug the tapping, a stronger beat than was before. I'm solid hip, said I, don't dig what that is, jumping at my window lattice. Let me get hip what the rat is, and this deep clip I will explore. Let my pounder stay cool 1 moment, and this clip I will explore. Jack, I drew a blank. And nothing more. Gone full out. I flung the shutter, when with many a flip and flutter in there stomped a king-sized bugbird Jack From way back days of yore, not a minute tipped or brought down was he, but the stance of king and queen he swung above my sweet pad's door, lit upon the bust of Palace, sat goofing there, and nothing more. I'm solid hip, said I, that you're no craven, gas a grim and beat up raven. Goofing from the night's Plutonian shore, swing hip me to what thy tag is on the night's Plutonian shore. Flip the bugbird, nevermore. Solid wig me this bird to dig me, though he copped out not upon the score, for we cannot help agreeing that no single human being ever was so sent by sea in a wig like this. Above his pad's door was such a tag as nevermore. Now you see, Paul is trying to get to this bugbird. This bugbird is bugging this polecat to death. He's trying to reach into this bugbird. He wants to get into the bugbird, see if he can't cool the bird, pull the heat away. You understand what I mean? He even tries sympathy. He looks at this bugbird and he says, no doubt this single-seater has flipped his meter. He comes on automatic to the call, still flipped by some unhappy gasser, whom unmerciful disaster swung fast and hot-hipped faster till his lick one burden bore. So help me God, I think he digs it, this beat-up lick of nevermore. Now you see Paul come home in the morning, he's got a hangover, he's bent, he's beat, he's twisted, he's shook, he's flipped, he's flapped, he's in, he's out, he's up and he's down, but he ain't nowhere. He's swung clean out of this world. He's got a concrete head, but he don't want to bring the bird down for fear the bird will reflect it on him, see, and make things worse than it is. He don't want to let that bird know he feels anything but good. So he come in, the bird, you see the bird up there goofing, you know. He say, what you say, bird? Bird say, nevermore. Said, the milkman get here yet? Said, nevermore. Said, who won in the 5th race? Nevermore. I think he laid one too many nevermores on Eddie. I don't know how much they weigh, but it was just enough to rip that glass at the end of the fuse and blow the whole mother gate. Because Poe now wants to divorce the bird. He'd like to excommunicate the bird if he could, but the divorce will do it. So he looks at the bird and he says, by this lick, you have flipped my meter, you nauseous gasser. You endless repeater. Cut before I blow my red-hot stack, blow back to your Plutonian shore. Leave no feather on my heather. Take your black jazz, blow together. Leave this pad, my torch unbroken. Screw from the roost above my door. Flip the bugbird, nevermore. That's me, I'm Scrooge, and I got all mileage barley, and I'm the baddest cat in all this world. I've been studying all my life how to Scrooge people, and I guarantee you I've done some fine work in that direction. Cratchit, yes, sir? You busy? I surely is, sir. See that you keep busy. Don't want no dangling wangling around here. Keep everybody tight, and tell them 2 cats come in here, want to get some money. I ain't giving no money away. They're messing with Scrooge. I'm taking it in. I ain't putting it out. Is that clear? Yes, sir. Well, keep it clear. People come around here wanting my gold list, all trying to pry into my vault. Every time I turn around, somebody started snapping. Tell my nephew I don't want to have no dinner with him, and if he never comes in here again, that'll be too soon. I'll tell the cat, see that you do. I don't understand these people who after my gold, I close up this here place, and yeah, let me tell you something else. You think that you're going to get off Christmas Day? Well, I was hoping, sir, that you'd let me knock off just a little while for Christmas Eve, because I want to go home and cool the goose. Well, if you're going to get off Christmas Eve, you're going to have to work all day Christmas. You hear me? I hear you, sir. I'm with it. Well, I guess they're going on home here. So Scrooge takes off and he cuts on down the street, and the snow is blowing, and the wind is whoo, in. And Scrooge is going along in his loose soul, in his loose clothes, in his hard cash box, and his big money mine going on in his wig. And he ding, ding, ding up the stairs, and he opened his